If you grew up going to a video rental store every Friday night, Retro Rewind is going to hit you with some serious nostalgia. But running your own shop is harder than it looks. Empty shelves, unhappy customers, and bills piling up. I've been there, and today I'm bringing you 10 ways to make money much faster in this game. Trust me, once you understand how the economy works here, it becomes incredibly addictive. I'm Mary, and the video is about to start. If you want to see the money coming in faster, let me tell you something that completely changed my game, and it will probably change yours too. The tip is simple, almost obvious when you think about it, but most people ignore it. Hand out flyers on the street all the time. Not once in a while, all the time. The mechanic works like this. You grab the 5 available flyers and walk down the street handing them to anyone who doesn't have an asterisk over their head. Those with an asterisk already know your shop, so focus on the others. Every flyer delivered is a potential customer who doesn't know you exist yet, and that makes a massive difference in your cash flow at the end of the day. The real secret here is the combination. While you're out on the street distributing, leave an employee handling the counter. That way, you don't miss any sales inside while you're actively attracting new customers at the same time. It's literally working in 2 places at once, and the game allows you to do this early on. The practical result? I went from making about $200 a day to easily $500 or more just with this strategy, without spending a dime on expensive upgrades or renovations. It's by far the fastest way to scale your business in the beginning, especially when you're still building the store's structure. Try it out and let me know in the comments how much you made on your first day using this. There's a move in Retro Rewind that seems small, but will surprise you when you see the money piling up at the end of the day. As soon as you reach level 4, one of the first things you need to do is set up 3 snack shelves and place them right next to the register, right in the customer's face while they wait in line. It seems like a detail, but it's not. The reason this works so well is the absurd margins snacks have. You buy them for cents and sell them for $2 or more. We're talking about 70 to 80% profit margins, which is ridiculous compared to most other items in the shop. And the top sellers are popcorn, cotton candy, and slushies. Keep those shelves always stocked with these 3, and you're on the right track. What makes this even more powerful is the psychology behind it. The customer is already standing in line, looking around, and the snack is right in front of them. They didn't go there to buy it, but they end up buying it anyway. Exactly how it works in any real-world physical store. The game simulates this perfectly, and you can use this mechanic to your advantage every day. In the end, with this strategy alone, you can generate between $80 and $120 of pure profit per day, coming exclusively from impulse buys. No extra effort, no need to attract more customers. It's the investment with the fastest return in the entire game. And if you haven't unlocked level 4 yet, make that your #1 priority right now. If there's one thing I've learned playing Retro Rewind, it's that some decisions completely change the trajectory of your shop, and buying arcade machines is definitely one of them. As soon as this option appears for you, stop everything you're doing and prioritize it. It's no exaggeration to say it's the best purchase you'll make in the whole game. The reason is simple. Arcade machines generate passive income. You don't have to do absolutely anything after placing them in the right spot. A single machine already brings you between $40 and $60 a day. 2 machines, and you're talking about $80 to $100 entering your account daily without any effort. It literally works while you're doing something else inside the game. Positioning matters a lot too. Place the machines at the shop entrance or in a highly visible area where customers pass frequently. This naturally increases their usage without you needing to manage anything. It's the kind of detail that makes a difference in the weekly total. And the most satisfying part? They pay for themselves in less than 2 weeks. After that, everything they generate is pure profit dropping into your pocket every day. When you have 2 running at the same time, you start to feel that good sensation of seeing the money grow without having to chase it. This is the kind of investment you want to make as early as possible. Trust me.
There's a strategy in retro rewind that goes against everything you instinctively want to do when setting up your shop, and that's exactly why most people ignore it. Forget about the pretty, highly rated movies for now. Bad movies, the 1 and 2-star ones, are your best business in the early game. The video guy shows up at the back door every Tuesday and Thursday, and that's where the magic happens. These so bad it's good movies cost a pittance, and you can buy them in quantity without feeling it much in your pocket. The logic is simple. The cheaper you buy, the faster you recover your investment and start profiting. Sometimes a single rental already covers what you spent on the film. What's surprising is that customers love this kind of stuff. There's a real demand for terrible movies in the game, just like in the real world. People look for that experience of watching something ridiculous with friends, and your shop can be exactly the place that offers it. The stock moves fast, and you never have a movie sitting on the shelf for long. It's the kind of move that seems wrong in theory, but in practice, it's the fastest money cycle you'll find in the game. While everyone else is trying to build the perfect 5-star movie collection, you're quietly profiting with a shelf full of trash cinema. Don't underestimate the power of a bad movie. Your bank account will thank you. There's hidden money that many people miss simply by not paying attention at the time of return. When a customer brings a tape back and the computer shows it's damaged, you have the option to charge a fee. And my recommendation is charge it without hesitation. These $20 might seem symbolic at the moment, but the story changes when you start adding it all up at the end of the day. The logic behind this is very direct. You've already invested money in that stock, and a damaged tape is a real loss for your shop. When you charge the damage fee, you're basically recovering the value of the item, or even coming out ahead depending on how much you paid for the movie. It's protecting your business, and the game gives you this tool exactly for that, so use it. The same goes for the late fee. A customer who returns an item past the deadline is occupying something that could be earning rental income from someone else. Charging for this isn't just about extra profit, it's a way to keep the stock moving and ensure customers respect deadlines. Over time, this discipline makes a difference in your entire shop's flow. Individually, each charge seems small, but this is exactly the kind of revenue that accumulates fast without you needing to make any new investment. It's money that was already there, waiting for you to pay attention. Don't let any return pass without checking. Every ignored fee is profit you simply threw away. This is the tip that no one likes to hear, but it works very well in the early game. If you're in the initial stages of Retro Rewind and money is tight, consider firing your employee temporarily. It's not the most comfortable decision, but it's one of the smartest you can make while you're still building your financial foundation. The reason is simple. An employee costs around $40 a day, or more, depending on who you hired. In the beginning, when every dollar counts, that amount makes a huge difference. Instead of spending on a salary, you can redirect that money directly into an arcade machine or into buying more stock. Two investments that will return much more than the cost of an employee at this stage. Obviously, you'll need to manage the shop alone for a few days, so it's a sacrifice of time and energy. But it's temporary, and the short-term financial gain can significantly accelerate your shop's growth. Think of it as a sprint. You push harder for a short period to reach a much better position later. When the shop grows and you're ready to rehire, don't just pick anyone. Prioritize employees with register speed, high immunity, and a strong bladder. These three attributes are what really matter in the day-to-day operation. A bad employee is almost as expensive as having no employee, so when you go back to hiring, do it with criteria. When you level up to level 10, one of the best tools the game gives you is the clearance bin, and it's surprising how few people use it correctly. If you have shelves full of movies that aren't moving anymore, new releases that have gotten old, or duplicates just taking up space, this liquidation bin is your escape valve. The mechanic is straightforward. You put these movies in the clearance bin and immediately recover 50% of the value you invested in them. It might seem like you're losing half your money, but the reality is different. Idle stock generates nothing. In fact, it occupies space that could be used by movies that actually rent. Recovering half now is infinitely better than waiting for a rental that might never happen. What you need to be careful about is knowing what not to put in the bin. Holographic movies and any new release that is still active in the rental cycle should stay on the regular shelves because the rental return far exceeds the 50% from a sale. The clearance bin is specifically for what I call dead stock, things that have lost their momentum and are just taking up space. Think of it as profitable spring cleaning. You clear out the shop, recover capital instantly, and open up space to bring in new movies that will generate more rentals. It's a healthy cycle of inventory management that, when done regularly, keeps your shop efficient and the money always moving. There's one thing that separates average shops from the truly impressive ones in Retro Rewind, and it's not the size of the stock or the number of employees. It's the layout. The way you organize a space directly affects how many customers enter and how much they spend while they're inside. And the good news is, you don't have to spend much to do it right. The most important rule is simple. Snack shelves always stocked to the register. I've talked about the absurd margin of snacks before, but positioning boosts all of that. Customers stuck in line, snack right in front of their nose, the impulse buy happens naturally. Additionally, keep the aisles clean and free of obstacles. Clutter near the register disrupts the flow, and believe me, it impacts sales in a way you'll feel in your pocket. For store appeal, the best initial investments are the cheapest ones. Posters and plants. They increase the visual appeal of the shop without weighing on your budget. And high store appeal means more customers walking through the door organically. It's passive marketing. You decorate once and reap the results every day without doing anything else. The big takeaway here is that a good layout solves two problems at once. You sell more snacks because the positioning is strategic, and you waste less time because customers move through the shop efficiently. It's one of those optimizations that seems small in theory, but in the weekly total, it makes a massive difference in your daily profit. It's well worth sitting down and reorganizing everything before you continue expanding. As you begin to understand the rhythm, you realize that consistency is just as important as any specific strategy. And the foundation of it all is maintaining between 60 and 80 active tapes circulating in your shop. This number isn't random. It's the range where daily rentals start generating between $300 and $350 from tapes alone, without depending on any other income source. It's the backbone of your business. The phone is a part that many people ignore, and it's a mistake that costs real money. Always answer the phone, especially before opening the shop. Those calls can be a confirmed reservation, an offer for stock cheaper than usual, or even a direct cash bonus. It seems like a detail, but every ignored call is an opportunity that simply disappears, and you won't even know what you missed. The third element of this equation is return speed. A tape that was rented but hasn't returned to the shelf yet is a tape that isn't generating money. That's why it's worth checking returns several times throughout the day, putting everything back in its place as quickly as possible, and keeping your stock always visible and available. Stock sitting in the back doesn't count for anyone. Put these three things together: proper tape volume, always answering the phone, and a fast return cycle, and you have an operation that generates rental revenue steadily and predictably every day. It's the difference between a shop that survives and one that truly grows. When this system is working well, you feel like the shop is working for you, not the other way around. If you've played Retro Rewind for a few days, you've probably noticed that not all days are created equal. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are in a completely different category. They are the days that really pay off. With a well-prepared shop, reaching $500 or more on these 3 days is totally viable, and the difference between a good week and a mediocre one often lies in how you approach the weekend. Preparation starts beforehand. On Thursday night, ensure your tape stock is full, the snack shelves are maxed out, and everything is organized. When the traffic increases over the weekend, you won't want to stop to solve stock problems. You'll want to be focused on serving, selling, and taking advantage of the higher customer flow. A prepared shop is a profitable shop. But there's a layer of money here that goes way beyond the natural weekend traffic: the tasks. Every completed mission, selling 20 popcorns, helping 20 customers, renting a certain amount of tapes, gives you $100 plus XP. It sounds simple, but when you look at the full picture, there are 18 tasks available. That's $1,800 waiting for you, literally for free, just for doing what you would normally do in the shop anyway. The trick is to use the weekend as a catalyst. The high customer volume makes it easier to complete several tasks at once, organically, without having to force anything. You're profiting from rentals, snacks, arcade machines, and still pocketing task bonuses on top of it all. It's the most complete day in the game, and when you start treating the weekend as a strategic operation, the numbers shift to a completely different level.